Hi, thank you for tuning in to the Patricia Show. My name is Patricia. Please press subscribe, like, and share. Share this video with someone who you feel may need it. Today, I want to talk about people who they think negative all the time. And when something happens in their life, they'll say, I don't want to think negative. I can't think like that. But yet you think negative 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Do you actually think that whatever it is you're trying to not think negative about is that's going to help in any way, shape, or form? Let me give you an example. Let's say this is a serious example, but I need to give you this example. Now, let's say people, like I said, you think negative all the time. And then maybe you go to the doctor and you get some bad news about your health. And you don't want to believe that. And you don't want to think anything other than positive, which would say, I don't have that. Let me give you I'm giving you an example now. Okay, let's say the doctor told you were bipolar. Let's say that the doctor told you were bipolar. So now you don't want to believe that. So you'll say, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to keep my mind on that. I don't want to think that I have that at all. I'm going to think positive that I don't have it. But yet the rest of the time or the rest of the things in your life, you're still thinking negativity. So I have two things here. Do you really think because you're not accepting that diagnosis that that's going to make it go away? And do you really think because you keep telling yourself, I don't have bipolar, that it'll just disappear? Because I really think a lot of people think that. Instead of you going to check, maybe go to another doctor, check on it. And then get treated for it if you need to. And then reverse it, meaning heal it. A lot of people, now let me give you another example, because there's some people that could go to the doctor and the doctor might tell you, okay, you have bipolar, and then you accept that, and then you just go home and do nothing about it. I'm not talking about those people, because you have truly accepted what the doctor said and you're not doing anything about it. I'm talking about those people who go to the doctor. They think that by not thinking that they have bipolar, some type of way it's going to go away. It's not going anywhere. Because if you have it, you have it. And not thinking about it is not going to make you not have it. And everything else in your life you think negative about, but you think that if you don't think you have bipolar, some way you're not going to have it. People, wake up. That is just ridiculous. Wake up. Now, let me show you how you should do. If you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you you have bipolar, you need to go maybe to another doctor, get their opinion. If you still say you have it, then you need to seek treatment for it. When you seek treatment for it, and then while you're seeking treatment for it, then you go about healing it. Now, if you want to heal it with your mind, then you need to stop thinking negative 303 every single 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you need to control your thinking, because now you need to bring positive energy into your life. So you need to control your thinking, not just about the bipolar, thinking that you don't have it, but about everything in your life. You need to control your negative thinking. After you control your negative thinking, then you could do affirmations about whatever well, right now we're using bipolar. So then you can do some type of affirmations that I am healed, I am strong, I am wonderfully made. Any trace of bipolar that I may have had is being healed, and I am completely whole, or whatever you want. Okay, so you say something like that, or whatever you want to say, and you just keep saying that. Now, in the meantime, you're still on the medication, or you're still getting treatments for the condition that the doctor told you you have. Now, after you did the affirmations, let's say 90 days, then you need to go to the doctor and be retested for whatever it is you had and see if you still have it. That is the way you're supposed to go about healing yourself, not to be in denial by saying you don't have it. I've seen many people, I worked in the nursing and healthcare for a long time. I've seen many people come in and say, the doctor, let's say, tell them they have cancer. Some people, you have some group of people that'll just go home and just accept that diagnosis and just, give into whatever it is the doctor said they have, give into the cancer. But then I've seen some people that come out and say, oh, I'm going to beat this. I'm going to be the one that beat cancer. But they're still thinking negative 24 hours a day, and they're not accepting that they have it. So then, therefore, they're not getting treatment for it, and they still end up dying. Okay? So what is the difference between those two people? Nothing, because they're both doing the same thing. But then you have a small portion of people, when the doctors say, oh, they have cancer, they'll say, no, I don't have it. Still get whatever it is they need to get, the treatment, and then they truly go about healing themselves. There's a preacher that comes on, Joel, I think it's Joel Osteen, I think that's his name. His mother had cancer. She was diagnosed with cancer back in the 80s, I think. She, took the diagnosis. She was diagnosed with cancer, and then she went about to change that. She put old pictures of herself up where she was healthy, and just her whole attitude was that she didn't have this. I think he said that they were going to buy her these dishes that she really liked, and when they went to get it to her, give it to her, I think one of the daughters or something had said, well, they would get it, but she could use it next year, and then one of the daughters was saying, crying because they realized she wasn't going to be there next year. But the mother's attitude was like, yes, I'm going to be here. So let me just put it in this area, because, we'll use this next Christmas. Because her attitude, everything about her was that this cancer is going to be gone, and I am going to be totally and completely healed. And she was. And to this day, she's still living. And I think this happened back in the 90s, I think, or 80s. But anyway, she's still living to this day. Now, it is all about your attitude. If you come from the doctor and, you've been diagnosed with cancer, and then you just say, I'm going to beat this, and then you do nothing to beat it, how in the world do you think you're going to beat it? You're not doing one thing, but you're just to beat it, but you're just in denial. I was just watching, what made me think about telling you all this is I was watching this movie. Oh God, what is the name of this movie? I was watching this movie, Creed, Part 2 Creed, and Rocky was asking him what happened. I mean, what would he do if his daughter did have a hearing problem? And he said, oh, I can't think like that. And just never answered his question, but just went what I call into denial. And then the other day, an associate of mine has not bipolar, OCD, and he has ADD. So I said something about what he was doing that was, he was acting like, he needed to go to the doctor about his ADD. He immediately said, I don't have ADD. No, I don't have it. I don't want to, no, please don't say I have it. Don't say anything like that about it. And that's all. And then he continues to do what he's ever went to the doctor, hasn't done anything, but just in denial, not wanting to accept that he has it. I said to him, by you saying that, no, I don't have that and I'm not going to accept I have that, it's not going to make it go away. What do you do? Maybe you should go to the doctor, seek whatever treatments you need to seek for it, and then go about healing it, because now you're not even going about healing it. You're just in denial saying you don't have it. And that's what I'm trying to show you, people. Don't be in denial and just say you don't have it, because that's not going to make it go away. If you don't want to accept the reality that you have it, then you need to start doing something to heal it. You understand what I'm saying? So if you say, "Oh, I don't have whatever the doctor said you have," and then you just sit at home and look at TV the rest of the day, how is that changing the fact that you do have it? It's not going to make it go away. I hear people do this all the time. And sometimes I'll say to them, if I know them, "Well, what are you doing to to change this diagnosis?" And they'll say, "What do you mean?" So I know right there that they're not trying to heal it, because they're in denial. See, it's one thing to be in a denial and another thing just not to accept it. Okay, so I went to have a test a few years ago, and the doctor was saying that, oh, he just thought I had bone cancer. And I said, "Now, I don't have that." And he said, "Well, yeah, I had one patient that had the symptoms that you have, but it lied dormant for like 20 some odd years." I said, "Oh, that's her. This is me. I don't have it." So when we took the test, I didn't have it. So let me explain that now. He didn't actually, a test didn't actually come back to say I had it. He was diagnosing me with it before he even got any test results back. And I'm saying, I'm standing in my positiveness that I do not have that. The test came back and I didn't. You see what I mean? So I want you to understand the difference. If we had taken the test and then he said that I had it, I would have still affirmed that I didn't have it. But I would have went home and started doing my affirmations, my visualizations, and whatever I needed to do to change that diagnosis. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes maybe you don't even want to do the treatment that they have. If you don't want to do the treatment, that's up to you, because that's a choice. But don't think it's going to go away by itself just because you say I don't have it. It's not going to go away by itself. So if you don't want to accept the treatments that they have, you need to start right away doing the affirmation and living your life as if you didn't have it. And then you can ask the doctor to retest you when you if he tells you he want to start giving you chemo. You could tell him, "I want to wait a little bit. Let me wait a little bit for the chemo." You can see if when your affirmations, let's say you wait 90 days, you do the affirmations, you start doing visualizations, because something like this, you need to you can't just do affirmations. You need to do affirmations, visualizations, and then you could be retested before you're supposed to do the whatever treatment you're supposed to do. And if it's gone, you don't need the treatment. In the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, he tells about his sister had a lot of illnesses. And so he did the affirmations and the visualizations for his sister. 2 weeks later, all the illness that she had gone. 2 weeks later. So people do the affirmations or actively do the healing to heal yourself, but don't think because the doctor gave you this diagnosis, it's going to just magically go away because you're in denial. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Patricia Show. Have a good week.